Good morning everyone. Today we will begin with the first module for this subject, building material and construction. Okay, this is the subject code, that is 18CV34, and the subject name is building material and construction. Okay, now in the in the next slide we will able to see the syllabus copy. Okay, in this one, can everyone can see this one syllabus copy? What is there? Okay, in the first part they have mentioned the course objective. They have given what course objective. In that one, first point, can you see this one? In this first point, that is to reorganize the good construction material based on their properties. Can you see this one? This first objective. Why this objective I have mentioned? After learning this subject, you should be able to understand these 5 points. These are called as a course learning objective. Okay, in that course learning objective, the first one is to recognize the good construction material based on their properties. So to achieve this objective or to know this objective, we need to study this module 1. We need to study this module 1. So in that one, first is stone. So we are studying what? Stone as a building material. In that one, we are going to see the requirement of good building stone. Requirement of good building stone, dressing of the stones, deterioration and preservation of stonework. So today we will start learning these points: stone building material, stone as a building material, requirement of good building stone, dressing of the stones, deterioration and preservation of the stonework. Okay. In the next slide, we will start one by one. Okay. In this one, in this slide, we can understand. Okay, so just I will erase this one. Okay, stone as a building material, requirement of good building stones, dressing of stones, deterioration and preservation of the stones. Okay. Okay. Can you see these photographs? So these are nothing but the stone used in a building work. This might be in some wall. This is also used for wall works. Okay. So in this one, these are the raw stones. Can you see this one? These are called as raw stones or boulders. So those boulders are used here. Those boulders are used here in construction of the compound wall. Okay. Now this is one staircase, or you can say pavement or something like that related to that one, used or made. Here the stones are used in the construction of this, and also as well as for this construction of the house also stones are used. Okay. Now this is one arch type of bridge. This is a normal bridge. So for this construction also we have used stones. So stones we are using in almost all the construction or civil works. Okay. Now just try to see this one. Okay, these are the names of the stones, and these are generally we use in the construction work. Okay, the first one is granite. Most of the all civil work generally use we use granite. Can you see this basalt, limestone? So how the appearance has changed from this granite to limestone. Okay, so next is marble, slate. Okay, some of these stones are used for foundation work or load taking works. Some of these are used for ornamental work which do not carry any load. Okay, these are only used for appearance or aesthetic view. Okay, now this is a photograph of showing quarrying procedure or quarrying process. Quarrying is nothing but getting the stones from the site, and later on these are transported to some dressing works. After dressing operation, we are going to use them in the construction work. Okay, this is one photo showing the showing this quarry operations. We'll see one by one, and in the beginning of this for the starting I just put the photograph to easy understanding. Okay, for easy understanding. Now can see this one, introduction part. in that what we can understand is all the building structures are composed of different type of materials. If you take any house, it is constructed by using stones, bricks, RCC, steel, etc, etc. Okay, so these materials are either called as building material, or we call it as materials of construction, or we call it as materials of construction. Okay, it is very essential for a builder, maybe an architect, maybe an engineer, maybe an contractor. He has to have minimum or well knowledge of these building materials. Okay, so for any engineer, if you want to construct a building or if you want to construct some road work, so he should have the basic knowledge of the materials. It's very important. Okay, now, the knowledge of different types of materials, their properties and their uses for different purpose provides an important tool in the hands of builders in achieving economy. Economy means what? If you have the knowledge, proper knowledge of the building material, you can easily reduce the cost of construction. You can easily reduce the cost of building material in the terms total building itself. So if you have the knowledge of building material, what type of materials to be used, where they have to be used, and how much they have to be used. So if you know all those things, you can easily construct a building which is in an economical way, Generally, the material cost in a building ranges from 30 to 50%. If you take a building, let us say a single bedroom building, it is 20 lakh rupees. Let us say you are taking a 20 lakh rupees. Okay, so approximately material range is generally 3 lakh to 10 lakhs. Generally 3 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Okay, so in that way you understand the importance of the material. Okay, apart from that, economy is one part. Apart from that, if you know the material property very well, by using them correctly, in a better structural strength, functional efficiency, and aesthetic appearance, you can achieve all these things. What are those things? Structural strength, functional efficiency, aesthetic appearance. But to achieve all these things, building materials knowledge is very important. Okay, now just we'll go with these things. Classification of rocks. To understand what is the classification, have you heard this word? Geological, physical, chemical. So these are some parameters or properties. Depending upon them we are going to use this classification. First is geological classification. Geological classification is depending upon the origin of rocks, how the stones or how the rocks have been formed on the earth surface. So that type of classification we call it as geological classification. According to that, we can classify them as igneous rocks. Everyone is aware of this word, igneous rocks. So these are what? These are formed by cooling of magma. This is called as magma. Okay, it's called as molten or rock, pasty rocky material. So inside the earth you have lava or magma. When it comes to the surface through the eruption, okay, afterwards it will get cooled, then the formed rocks are called as igneous rocks. These are called as igneous rocks. For example, we can say granite is also example for igneous rocks, basalt and dolomite. I hope it is clear. So geological classification, first type of rock is igneous rocks, and it is formed by cooling of magma. It is formed by cooling of magma. Okay. Now in the second classification, we call it as sedimentary rocks. These are called as sedimentary rocks. What will happen after formation of the rocks, igneous rocks, due to the what is that weathering process? What do you mean by this weathering process? Weathering process is nothing but action of wind, action of water. So action of external agencies on the igneous rocks. On the igneous rocks, later on the weathering will take place. Means what? Those igneous rocks are weathered and they are converted into sedimentary rocks. So for this type of sedimentary rock, examples are called as gravel, sandstone, limestone, gypsum, lignite. This is called as sedimentary rocks. Okay. Next is called as metamorphic rock. What do you mean by this metamorphic rock? Okay. What do you mean by this metamorphic rock? Okay. What do you mean by this metamorphic? Maybe igneous rocks or maybe sedimentary rocks, maybe igneous or sedimentary rocks. If continuous heat and pressure is applied on those two rocks, sedimentary as well as igneous rocks, after the application of heat and pressure, what will happen? Those are converted into metamorphic rock. These are converted into metamorphic rock. How? There will be change in the character. There will be change in the character. These rocks are formed by change in the character of pre-existing rock. What are these pre-existing rock? These are nothing but sedimentary rocks. These are nothing but igneous rocks. So by application of heat and pressure, these are converted into metamorphic rock. Okay, so that is what we have written. These are subjected to great heat and pressure. These are subjected to great heat and pressure, and that process is called as metamorphism. That process is called as metamorphism. Okay, so for that example, we can give quartzite, we can give schist, we can give slate, marble, gneiss. So these are some of the example for metamorphic rock. This is one type of classification. This type of classification is known as geological classification. In that we have studied igneous rocks, we have studied sedimentary rocks, we have studied metamorphic rock. These three category. Okay. What should be the next type of classification? Can anyone guess? It is called as physical classification. It is called as physical classification. Okay, can see this one, physical classification. This classification is based on the structure of rocks. According to that, rocks are classified into three types. Rocks are again classified into three types. Okay, stratified rocks. You understand, stratified is nothing but if you cut a stone, after cutting, you can easily see the layers. So these layers are called as strata. These layers are called as strata, and these are called as stratified rocks. These are called as stratified rocks. So these rock possesses planes of stratification. These rocks possesses planes of stratification, and such rocks can be easily split. According to these, along these places. Means if there is a strata, in some of these stones, if you hit that one, the stone will get easily break in this plane only. Easily break in this plane only. So these type of rocks are called as stratified rocks. These are called as stratified rocks. For this example will be sedimentary rocks. So almost all the rocks which are coming under sedimentary rocks will have stratified nature, will have strata in nature, will have planes of stratification, Is it clear? Stratified rocks. Next type is unstratified rocks. Means what? These stones will not have any particular plane. Okay, these may break here, these may break like this. Anything is possible. So the structure may be crystalline granular, or you can say one word which is very compact, which is called as very compact. No weak planes are present here. No weak zones are present. So almost all igneous rocks, and some of the sedimentary rocks are examples for these unstratified rocks. Some of these called as unstratified rocks. In some cases, we can also classify them as foliated rocks. What are these? Foliated rocks. These rocks have tendency to split. These rocks have tendency to split in a definite direction only. If you take the stones in whichever way, if you hit here also, if you hit here also, stone is going to break. Stone is going to split here only. So almost all metamorphic rocks will come under this category. What is that category? Foliated rocks. What are these? Foliated rocks. So physical classification, in the physical classification you have three categories. What are those? Physical classification you have three categories. First is stratified, second is unstratified, third is foliated rocks. In geological classification we have igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic. Okay, two type of classifications we have seen. What is the next classification? Chemical classification. So what type of major chemicals which are present in the rocks, we call them chemical classification. Okay. So first type of rocks in this chemical classification are siliceous rocks. By the name only you can easily understand. Siliceous rocks means silica is present, Si. If it is argillaceous rock, then clay is present. Predominantly clay is present. Easy to understand. If calcareous rocks are there, then major chemical component is calcium. Simple. Major chemical component is carbon. If silica is present, we call it as siliceous. If okay, in siliceous rocks, silica is present. Okay. So in these rocks, silica is predominates. Predominates means major part of the rock is consisting silica. These rocks are generally hard, durable, not easily affected by weathering agencies. Not easily affected by weathering agency. Means what? Rain, heat, okay, wind. These generally will not easily affect these type of rock. So again, for this example, we can give granite, quartzite. These are major siliceous. In this argillaceous rocks, the clay is predominant. Okay. So these rocks may be dense, these may be compact, may be soft. For this example, slates, laterites. So slates and laterites are generally argillaceous rocks. Granite and quartzite are siliceous rocks. Okay. What is this next part? Calcareous rocks. This is also coming under chemical classification. Here, in the previous one only, we have understood that if calcium is present, we call it as calcareous rocks. Calcium means what? Calcium carbonate, that compound is present in a predominant way. Means maximum part of the rock is composed of calcium carbonate. The durability to these rocks will depend upon constituents present in surrounding atmosphere. What will happen if rain is continuously affecting on these type of rocks? The calcium carbonate will get dissolved. So for this example, we can give limestone. We can tell marble. So we can easily revise these things. Chemical classification, we have what? Siliceous rocks, okay, argillaceous rocks, okay, calcareous rocks. Siliceous, argillaceous, this one, okay. In physical classification, we can tell it is stratified, unstratified, foliated, okay. Under geological classification, we call it as igneous rocks, okay, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rock. So three type of classification of the rocks we have easily understood. Okay.